Hello everyone, sorry about the clickbait. I am a YouTuber, haha. But seriously though, this looks like a huge update that I have been saying might happen, and looks like it is going to happen. So I'm just going to read through it here. I think I've read through all of this before, but I'm going to read through it again, so this isn't actually a reaction. Some people call these reactions anyway, and they are lying to you. So, Fury of Dracula, Digital Edition, German Language Update, which I don't think is a good name for it because that's not really the big part of this update. I guess it is if you speak German, but if you speak German, presumably you don't read this. I mean, unless you're bilingual, but I'm an American, so we only assume that anyone ever only speaks English. Haha, funny joke. Okay, so they've just released a new update for Fury of Dracula, adding the German language, which is good. There's a lot of German players of this game and board games in general, so it makes sense that that's one of the first languages that they want to include. So that is good. Things that they've added. Okay, so the other big thing that they've added is a bunch of house rules. The options for house rules. Some people are going to be really interested in this. Um, they had been saying that they would add the options of house rules. I was hoping they would add the option for sea travel with excellent weather, but it doesn't look like they've added that. Let's see. So limit how many times per match Dracula may use a specific power card. That is an interesting variant some people have used. Limiting to you making it where powers can only be used once a turn, or only certain powers can be used once a game. For people who are ninnies who can't win as hunters in the usual way and have to require house rules to make it easier on the hunters, which a lot of people are like that. I mean, none of you guys who watch my channel, because you're all real men and women who are strong and awesome and don't need to have handicaps. But, for other people, theoretically, because, we do need, weaklings and people who are not as cool as me individually out there in order to make me look good. So this will allow people who are objectively inferior to me in every way to play the game, which, seems good and helpful for me, who is strong and amazing and above all humble. Okay, set how much damage Dracula can take when moving from land to sea, and set how much damage Dracula can take when moving from sea to sea. So you can change how ocean damage works. A lot of people want to change it because they think ocean Dracula is overpowered. They're wrong, but a lot of people think that, and they are allowed to be wrong. This is a free country. At least my country is a free country. I don't know about y'all guys, but I'll be optimistic and hope that it is. Set how much influence the Fury of Dracula ability awards each time it is invoked. Another thing that you could change if you want to. I really wish, if I were the only real thing I would do to change the Fury of Dracula ability is I would only have it trigger if Dracula moves into a space that doesn't have a hunter. Um, but that doesn't look like that's an option. Just because it allows counterplay at the end. There isn't like Dracula will win and there's nothing the hunters can do about it. It's like, as long as the hunters are moving into spaces where Dracula is, he won't win yet. That's what I would like, but they don't have that. They have this thing where you can change how much influence is scored, which is fine. I like options. Options are good. Prevent the Fury of Dracula ability from invoking if the trail contains a certain amount of sea hideouts. So that's interesting. That some people think that it's cheap if like Dracula gets to 10 points, he can just escape to sea, stay at sea until there's 3 to spare on the table, and then move and land and win the game. This is an alternate solution to that, where Fury of Dracula's trail doesn't trigger if like 2 ocean spaces are on the trail or 1 ocean space is on the trail. That seems pretty significant and huge change, and I don't think I would like it. I would prefer my solution, but you know what? Not everyone has to agree with me. As I said earlier, some people are allowed to be objectively wrong. Added a dialogue to the pause menu, which allows players to view and enable. Oh yeah, so you can look at the enabled house rules. Okay, and then they added German, which is great. I do not sprechen the Deutsch, or Dutch, or German. Haha. But for people who do, I'm glad that they can read things in their own language. As someone who hates having to read subtitles in anime, I'm happy that other people won't have to try to understand something in another language. Dynamic language support. I don't know what that means. Moving on. Change. Multiple tokens and players on the same city are more visible. Okay. Yeah, I guess that was kind of a problem. Placing and removing tokens have an animation. Oh, that is nice. Sometimes it can be hard to know when there's too fog on a city. Uh, and I guess placing bats will be more common, like, hey, this person now has bats on them. Updated the AI Hunter City selection decision when prompted by events. Okay, so they're slightly making Hunter AI better. Looks like I'm going to have to do another "Can you win against the Hunter? Can you lose against the Hunter AI?" video, which I did have a lot of fun making. I may do another one of those. Fixed. Hunters can now pass if they are trapped at sea during day by fog and storm tokens. I didn't even think about this, but yeah, if a hunter, like let's say, is in uh, the Black Sea, that's what it is, right? The Black Sea, yeah. Yeah, if a hunter is in the Black Sea and there is, wait, hunter can pass if they're trapped at sea. Oh, during day by oh right. So if there's two fog tokens in the two cities next to the Black Sea and a storm token in the Ionian, technically they would not be allowed to move, and I'm assuming that that specific circumstance causes a break in the game. That seems really rare to me, but it's good that it's fixed. Hunters can no longer rest twice during renewed vigor. Yeah, I think I've documented this bug once in one of my videos. I was allowed to rest twice, which it was actually very good for me to be able to do that, and I really benefited from it. And so it's good that that has been fixed. Being ambushed by a vampire encounter card right after being moved by bats tokens no longer causes character visual issues. Yeah, I know there was some problems with that. I don't think there were visual issues, but it's good that they're fixed. I seem to remember there were some cannot continue the game bugs, but maybe they were connected. Achievements based on victory conditions are now triggered correctly all the time. Okay, I don't care about achievements, but for people who do, certain ones are done. And here's the big one. Fast Horses now shuffles the rail tickets before drawing one and shows the rail tickets, everyone face up. Wow, that's the huge one. Fast Horses are finally fixed. No longer when you draw a yellow 2 will you continue to draw the yellow 2 forever and always until the ticket deck changes. It shuffles it before you draw. Oh, this is so good. This is such a good change. I don't even know if it's better or worse for the hunters. It's just better for the game. The game now functions as intended. Now all they need to do is fix the order of operations thing for Fury of Dracula, and this will be basically a perfect port. Okay, the location where a hunter was defeated that contains no other live hunters is no longer considered a valid target for Wolves' mature effect. So is that talking about hospitals? Okay. I guess there was some obscure bug there that has been fixed. Yeah, you can't. No, wolves can't target a hospital because a hospital is not a city. Yeah, yeah. The penalty incurred when Dracula is unable to move no longer interrupts card events that occur at the start of the Dracula phase. Penalty incurred when Dracula. Oh, right, is unable to move. No longer interrupts card events that occur at the start of the Dracula phase. Oh, I see. So Dracula would still be able to play like a like a devilish power, for example, to remove a consecrated ground. He should have the right to play devilish power to remove a consecrated ground to give him a legal move, as opposed to currently when you can't move because consecrated ground is blocking your territory, 5 damage to you, and it's like no, I wanted to use devilish power to remove it. So that, yeah, okay, that sounds like a correct fix to me. Revealing 6. Oh, this is also another big one. Revealing 6 or more cards at once will no longer show all the cards face up. Yeah, that was kind of a really bad bug because it's like the person you want to select usually the most to reveal their cards is someone with a whole bunch of cards to reveal, and there was a bug where they weren't revealing, and it was super dumb. But they have fixed it. So of course, the big news is the Fast Horses fix. But I want to check out um, these variants. So pay no attention to that. So let me just pull up the FOD, and I want to see about these variants because they're kind of vague in it's like you can make these kind of changes. I want to see just what kind of changes can be made. This actually will be a reaction because I haven't actually opened the game since looking at this because I have things to do. So let me just house rules. Haha. Okay, Dracula land to sea damage. Oh, and there's a little thing. Control how much damage Dracula suffers when moving from land to sea. Right. So normally it's 2 and then 1. So how does this work with Rufus Smith? Oh, here we go. Rufus Smith's ally effect will deal 1 additional damage. Oh, look at that. Oh. Fury of Dracula ability allowed... Oh, I see. Fury of Dracula ability allowed sea hideouts 6. Oh, okay. So like the base version of the game is your Fury of Dracula ability triggers even if your entire trail is filled with. Okay, all right. And then these are the things. So hand limit, hide. Okay, so this is limiting the amount of times you can play this. So if like you wanted to limit the number of times someone could use wolf form, which, yeah, I could see that. I could see that for a newer player, wanting to make it where they could only play wolf form a couple times. That is cool. I like that. That is, yeah. And then of course there's a button to reset everything to default. Well, I mean, I won't play with any of these because I play the real game because I'm a real man. And I don't need any advantages to kill a vampire, and neither should any of you, and you should feel shame upon your family if you play with any of these. But also, it's just a board game, so, you know, who cares? But I care, of course, so, you know, I'll be sure to silently judge all of you if you need help winning the game. Well, I think this is going to be really good for the game. A lot more people are going to be playing, so join the Discord, tell your friends, and have Godspeed.